Welcome everybody, we're Home Base Games. I'm here with Patronus, and we're going to play some Magic the Gathering because it's pre-release weekend for Strixhaven.
Yeah, it's super exciting to see Magic the Gathering kind of dip into and be inspired by, obviously, one of my favorite genres, given that my name is Patronus.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to see them pay an homage to that universe.
Yeah, so if you're watching the video and you don't know what we're talking about, Strixhaven is the newest set being released for Standard, and it's a new universe it's a new planes in Magic, and it's heavily inspired by Harry Potter. So the basis for this planes is there's 5 schools of magic.
Yep.
And they pair up with the enemy colors. And the same way there are houses in Harry Potter, Gryffindor, and this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, even the set symbol's like an owl. So, like, it's very, very
it's clear that that was
Harry
the inspiration,
Potter.
for sure.
So, and it's basically these young mages are going to this school. They're signing up. They're getting sorted essentially into a college. A college, and each one has its flavor and what it does. So we got a bunch of the pre-release kits, and then we also got one of each of the commander decks. Normally, when a new set comes out, there's usually 2 commander decks, but because they did this whole school thing, they released a commander deck for each school.
Correct.
So there's Prismari, which is the name of the red-blue school. Silverquill, which is the white and black. Witherbloom, which is black and green. Lorehold, which is red and white. And Quandrix, right?
Yep, Quandrix, which is green and blue.
So if you want one of these new commander decks, they're out now. You can pick them up at your local game store. It's where I recommend you buy them. That's where we got ours. And we plan to just play these on stream. We're not going to go through all 100 cards for each deck.
No.
We're just going to play.
Yes.
And then as we play the cards, we'll put them up on the Zoom camera so you can see them.
Yep.
And we're just going to play a game of Commander.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched our streams below, on the bottom corner is our
it's going to be the commander damage.
Commander damage.
20s in the bottom corners are going to be commander damage dealt to each player. And then these player boards are going to represent our 40 points of health.
And it's actually when you get 21 damage dealt to you by a commander.
Oh, I guess that's fair. Those should be zeros, not 20.
Yeah.
Yep, that's easy enough. So that really quick.
Which is so used to, like, when people are playing, they'll use like a 20-sided die.
Yes.
And then when you go to 0, they'll count backwards when you go to 0.
Because normally you count backwards on your health points with Magic, but
exactly.
Commander should be the reverse, and I just forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're totaling up to 21 technically.
Yes, you are correct. Okay, so let's just grab some
decks. Yeah.
Some decks. I might even just roll a die to randomly choose mine.
Go for it.
So 1 through 5. 4.
Red, white. Okay.
Red, white it is.
I'll do that too. That sounds fun.
1.
All right. Blue, red.
Blue, red.
Some red action.
Let's get these out of here. And we will obviously be cracking these live for you. So
it looks like there's 17 new cards in this pack, according to the back.
Okay.
Does it say the same for yours? Each one probably has 17?
Yeah, 100 card deck with 17 new cards, 10 double-sided tokens, and there's a deck box in here. That's new.
No, they've been doing that recently with commander decks.
Oh, I guess you're right. They have, yeah. So
we have taken quite a long break from playing with like modern Magic cards.
Apparently, I can't just pull this out the normal way. I gotta actually break this whole box because the bottom is fatter than the top. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably supposed to pull it out from the bottom.
Maybe. That's okay. So here's our packaging situation here. I'm not sure what's going on with all of this. Is there anything to this? No, doesn't appear so. That's interesting why they would have this whole like punch out scenario here. I guess you can...
I think that's meant to be the command zone.
Oh,
think this might be meant to be a command
zone. Is that the
zone.
general idea?
And then there's tokens, which I lost one already.
Yeah. Magic tokens that...
You may use these punch-outs as counters or as victory confetti.
Fair enough. Make it rain.
Victory confetti.
It's funny.
So my bet is that this is meant to be like
your command zone.
Your command zone. You put your card there, which our command zone is going to be these little boards.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't need those.
Don't need these.
They look nice though. They're all foiling.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. They actually printed this card on the box. They didn't.
Oh,
that's
it's
not the actual
card,
which is unusual. Normally, that's the actual card.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's cool. A little different.
The rest is just garbage.
Yeah, and then here's our little deck box here that open up.
So there's 3 black tokens, and then there's a bunch of red tokens.
Correct. Some kind of a divider. Typical learn to play.
Yeah, this
insert here.
Yeah, this is just a space saver because the cards are unsleeved, and you can tell that this will fit your deck sleeve.
Correct.
Which we will be committing sacrilege, and we will not be sleeving our deck for this video.
Nope.
We won't use the...
Yeah, they have their life total counter in here.
Yeah, which matches...
Those are nice.
The Strixhaven guild, or not guild, but school.
Mm-hmm. They've been making those for the last few. Just cool.
I don't think we need these for anything, but we'll pull them off to the side.
Probably not, but handy. Maybe we'll find a use for them. All right, so where's my little pull tab?
There's not a pull tab. Oh,
there's a pull tab.
Oh, there is. Okay. So they're actually pretty easy to open.
Okay. So here are the commander options right on top. There's this guy, Osgir, the Reconstructor. And then Alibu Witness. Legendary creatures that you could choose from for this deck.
Yeah, it's interesting. Didn't they always used to do 3?
Yeah, I thought they did 3 too.
All right, so maybe
there's one other one buried in here.
I've got Zaffai, the Thunder Conductor.
Well, that sounds cool.
So she must be some kind of maybe she's the teacher.
Okay, so here's another legendary guy. They just didn't have it at the front.
But that's only a single color, so you couldn't make him your commander.
That's probably why. Yeah, exactly.
It has to be two colors.
You're totally right.
And then my second one is...
There's a few other legendaries. Yeah, they were monocolor.
Veyran. So this is the other potential option. I'm going to go with the guy that was on the box of the cover art.
I agree. 100%.
So Zaffai is going to be my commander. And I actually don't know what he does. He's got Metal Magecraft, which Magecraft, I believe, is unique to this set. I've never seen it before. It says, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, scry 1. If that spell's mana value is 5 or greater, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token. If that spell's mana value is 10 or greater, Zaffai Thunder Collector deals 10 damage to an opponent chosen at random. So she just randomly can deal 10 damage to other people in the commander game. So
that's interesting.
She's interesting from the standpoint of of playing, multiple players. She gets more interesting because you can't control where her damage goes.
So it looks like there's actually like a thick cardboard card that you could be used for like the commander that is it was at the back of mine. I can see yours in there.
Oh, that's
super
new. Nice.
And it's got like the magic back, but it's obviously, thicker.
It's like a spot gloss.
Kind of, but it's cardboard, not plastic.
I don't know. I think this is plastic.
Think so?
Yeah, I think this is plastic.
Maybe?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell.
It's like a credit card.
Maybe.
Oh, it's definitely not cardboard.
I guess it's not really pulling.
So you can't see this. Yeah, it's foil. It's foil, and it is super thick, and it's
it is credit card thickness.
It's a hard plastic.
Yeah,
it's got
interesting.
Magic. It's got the original magic back.
Mm-hmm.
So this I think it's so that you could.
Yeah, you could just do this instead of card. Yeah. That's cool. That's new. Haven't seen that before.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna use this.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna do some pile shuffling here. So make
sure you take your. Oh,
I did.
He's just underneath there. Okay.
Yeah, he's just underneath. Because everything was sorted, so I'm gonna do some serious shuffling here.
Oh yeah.
I always love playing with these pre-constructed.
I do too.
Decks. I think it's really fun to. They're generally like similar power level.
Yeah.
They also generally like have the opportunity to do something cool. They're not OP typically, so to me they're more fun games because you're not doing some kind of a weird combo thing.
The one thing that everyone complains about all the commander decks is their mana bases are atrocious.
Well, they're just very heavy, right? They're like heavy mana relative to.
Well, they just.
And there's not very many dual lands.
Yeah,
basics.
They're just all basic lands for the most part. I mean, not all basic, but there's a lot of come into play tapped lands.
Yeah.
This one actually has a Shivan Reef, which is nice. Temple of Epiphany is a tapped land, but it scries. They've got some cycling lands in here, but these all enter the battlefield tapped. The classic bounce lands, those are in almost every commander deck.
Yeah, but I mean, these are super awesome, like entry commander products. I love that they do these all the time. We in our house typically just keep them pre-constructed, so that way we could always just like play a random game of Commander and just go grab something that's going to be at least decent enough. And as long as they're playing against each other, they're pretty similar in power level.
There are some that are obviously stronger than others, but that we don't play a lot of Commander
competitive.
Yeah, not competitive, but like I mean, we don't play a lot of hardcore Commander. When we play, it's usually with like a very small group of friends who I would categorize them as Magic novices.
For sure.
They don't play very often. Yeah. Or they're very new to Magic, and you're somewhat teaching.
Yes.
So we don't really have the high-powered Commander decks. Plus,
but honestly,
the majority of our investment into Magic the Gathering cards has gone into old, original, like vintage stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly old school stuff. So like hence the playmats.
Right, exactly. Although I will say, like, if you're new to building your own commander decks, rather than having to start from zero and like build a 100 card deck all by yourself, these are a really great starting point
for you to just add to it.
Find a deck that you like the play style of it, and then just start modding it. As Gold Leader said, the mana base isn't great, so you could start with
the lands.
Start with the lands, which is a lot of times the most expensive stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And then just slowly, like as new stuff comes out or as you're discovering other pieces, just start replacing cards in your deck.
I mean, that's how we started. Like the very first Commander product I bought was Heavy Inferno, which was the Kalia of the Vast Commander deck. It was red, white, and black. And for a while, I just started playing with it right out of the box. And then the first thing I did was I slowly bought, got a couple dual lands. You know, I bought fetch lands and, other things. They were much cheaper at the time, but that's what I did. But now you don't need actual revised dual lands or anything. You can use, there's so many now, like you can get shock lands, you could get, there's all kinds of lands now that are dual lands that don't come into play tapped, and they are much cheaper.
Yeah,
and they're pretty good for Commander.
Yeah, especially the last 5 years.
Between the $3 and $5 range.
Yeah, and especially the last 5 to 10 years, Magic has been printing cards specifically for Commander formats, and that includes lands. So being able to have access to some of those products because they're consciously building and creating cards that are intended for different formats, one of which being Commander. So it just makes it a little easier to build decks that aren't going to be, hundreds or even thousands of dollars, because I know that those exist in this format. So just kind of lowering that barrier to entry for people, which is great.
Yeah.
And
Commander is all about, in my opinion, it's about just having fun, being like old school tabletop in the sense of just playing games of Magic, having fun, and then just not being limited by what cards you can put into your deck. That's kind of one of the cool thing about whenever a set comes out, it's like, ooh, what card can I add to my Commander deck?
Yeah, sure. One of the fun parts. Okay, so we can roll a die.
Chance cube it up. I'll choose blue.
Blue. Blue it is.
I'll play first.
Okay. 5, 6, 7. And what mulligan rule are we going with for
the actual Magic mulligan rule, where you just get a new hand, and then you
scry,
and then you put on bottom.
Yep, that's fine.
Deck. But I think in Commander specifically,
you're allowed a freebie.
You're allowed a freebie mulligan. I was pretty sure that was. I wonder what this is. There's an insert. I wonder if it actually tells you on the insert.
Maybe it does.
Like I said, everybody has house rules.
Yeah.
When they play.
But we'll try to play the official way.
No, it doesn't. It just tells you about the command zone and stuff. But we'll just do typical mulligans.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I have lands and, at least one creature. So typically for me with Commander, it's most important to me to have lands to be able to actually play my stuff.
Yep. What does your Commander do?
You know what? I didn't even read it.
So you're playing Osgir the Reconstructor.
Yeah.
He's a 4/4 with Vigilance for 4 mana, and he can sacrifice an artifact. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
Yeah, you have to pay one colorless.
One colorless and sacrifice an artifact.
Yeah.
The other one is X colorless and tap him. Exile target artifact with mana value X from your graveyard. Create 2 tokens that are a copy of the exiled card. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh, that seems good.
I guess that kind of makes sense why he's a giant artificer. The premise of like constructing artifacts is what I think of.
Yeah.
That word artificer. That's cool. So this is clearly an artifact deck.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be a thing.
Red, it's probably some kind of, typically red-white is some kind of equipment boosting deck.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got lands and I've got spells, so that's a good start. I'm a little bit on the slow end, though. I mean, I'm not doing anything for many turns. So. Yeah, her main thing is the scrying. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell. They gave us 2 of these. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you scry 1. If that spell's mana value is 5 or greater, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token if that spell's mana cost is 10 or greater. So basically, when you cast a spell, or whenever you cast a spell,
or copy
an instant or sorcery spell, if the thing that you're casting or the thing you're copying is 5 mana or greater, you get a flyer. If it's 10 mana or greater, you deal 10 damage to an opponent. Yep. Which, I don't know how you're going to cast that many 10 mana spells, but we'll find out.
Sometimes in multiplayer Commander games, that is not an unreasonable thing.
So I have an interesting hand. I have basic lands. I have spells. But I'm not casting anything till like turn 5.
I'm not casting anything.
So that seems kind of bad.
Generally speaking, Commander games are a little slower anyway.
I'm in a mulligan.
Sure, use freebie. Yeah, this deck definitely seems to be all about artifacts.
I love the smell of fresh cards.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to keep this. Yeah. Okay.
I've got it. You're up first.
So I'm just going to play. It's Commander. You draw. going to play a tapped land here. So this thing enters the play tapped, and then it has that ability where you can like sacrifice it later on to draw cards. Yep. So we're going to play that, and we'll be done.
All right. Ah. That looks weirding. Okay. Okay, so we're just playing a mountain. Say go.
Yeah. Draw. Ooh, all right. Like that. An island. And we're going to play a Is It Signet? Mana ramp over here.
Yep.
We're done.
Will play in N. This is an artifact land. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was a little bit before your time. There was once a set where they made essentially basic lands that had the artifact
like keyword on it
subtype.
Sure.
And they were the most broken thing ever, and they like ruined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they basically ruined.
That's probably why I've never heard of it, because they just like realized their mistake and didn't do it again.
Yeah, this one's probably like a special one.
Oh, it just taps for white.
Oh yeah, no, this might be just the same back in the day. Yeah. I'm not really sure. Yeah, but yeah, they were the most broken thing ever because they were a basic land with the artifact subtype.
Yeah, well, and this guy kind of does his thing with artifacts.
That one doesn't say basic land though, so
no, it doesn't.
You can only probably have 4 of that card.
Probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Like in a standard deck. Yeah.
Yeah, the old lands were literally basic lands with the artifact keyword.
Oh.
So you could like build a deck and all your lands
could be
artifacts. And then they had the whole set was called Mirrodin. And all the sets were based about like having like do things with having artifacts in play.
Sure.
So like people were like literally like killing people on turn 1 and turn 2. Like,
oh my gosh.
Mostly turn 2.
Yeah.
Turn 2, turn 3 in standard.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Wow. Okay. You're up.
All right. Okay, so here's a storage land that will store colorless mana.
Okay. That's your commander?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm going to cast this thing called
An Elementalist Palette.
It's basically a mana rock that does like other things.
Sure.
So this one lets me, when I cast a spell with X in its mana cost, I can put 2 charge counters on this. I can tap it for a mana, or I can tap it for colors for each charge counter on this. And then I can only use the colors to play X spells. So I'm going to play that. And I think I'm just done. Got nothing else. Yep.
All right. Draw. Let's play another mountain. Tap to play a Thopter Engineer. When Thopter Engineer enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Artifact creatures you control have haste. So I can attack you with this 1/1 flying artifact.
Yeah, all right. Attacking me. All right. I'll take 1 damage. Done?
Yes.
All right. Oh, end of your turn. I'm going to exhaust this and I'm going to store a counter here.
Sure.
Draw. Oh, okay. Know that card. Let's play land. All right, I guess what we'll do is we're going to cast Rutha, Mercurial Artist. So she has an ability where you can pay 2 colorless and
bounce her
to copy
a spell.
That
artwork looks really cool.
Yeah, some of this new art's pretty good. So that is going to cost me this.
Yep.
3. And then I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I'm just going to pass the turn.
Sure. Yep. Okay. Let's play Battlefield Forge. So it taps, it's a shock land essentially, I think. Terminology.
Nope, that's called
or
a
pain
land.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can tap it for colorless, or you can take a damage to have it tap for red or white. And we're going to...
So pain lands were essentially the second type of...
Dual land?
Dual land, yeah. They came out in Ice Age, and then when they made Ice Age, they made the friendly colored ones. And then a couple years later, we had to wait until Invasion block, and they gave us the enemy colored ones.
Got it. Okay, so I'm just going to attack you in the air for 1.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play Guy. Belden of the Third Path. He is a 2/3 who has an ability to pay 2 colorless and a red and tap him to create a token that's a copy of target creature card in your graveyard, except it's also an artifact in addition to types. And then at the beginning of the next end step, I have...
Oh boy.
Colorless, red, red.
I feel like this guy was a commander at some point.
Maybe. He's legendary.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so end of your turn. I'm going to cast a classic here. Rainstorm.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely a classic.
So I get to look at, draw 3 cards,
yeah. Put 2 from your hand on top of your library.
Yep. It's going to go in my card pile. Should probably tighten this play area up a little bit. And I get to take 2 hands, put them on top of 2 cards, put them on top of my library.
Yep.
We're not going to cast that or that. Guess we'll put those on top. Okay. And then I'm also going to exhaust this. Give me another storage counter.
Sure.
Draw. Brainstorm is much better if you have a way to shuffle your deck after you cast it.
Totally.
But
it's okay.
That's where the that's where you get the expensive mana.
Yep.
The expensive lands come in.
Mm-hmm. Or the fetch lands.
Oh, cool. Okay. We're going to play this card called Metallurgic Summonings. So it's an enchantment that basically allows me to create a creature every time I cast a spell based on the instant or sorcery's converted mana cost.
Sure.
Play. That cost me 5. And all I got. You're up.
Okay. Ready? Draw. Lands. Ooh. Cool. Okay, so we are going to play we're gonna play another mountain and cast this guy. So he is an artifact creature. He has double strike. His power is equal to the number of artifacts I control, which is 2 at the moment. And he has a new keyword ability called Ward 2. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player pays 2 colorless mana.
So does he say power and toughness to all artifacts you control?
His toughness is 5. His power is equal to.
All right, so he's 3 because that land is an artifact.
I guess he does see himself. Yes, that's true. Yes, so he's a 3/5 at the moment.
And so you could see, like, if you were playing in Mirrodin, if all your lands were artifacts and you casted this
spell,
my
god, yes.
That's how broken it was.
Yeah, for sure. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, I can completely see it. All right, so that is that. He does have haste because of this this one
and
double strike. So
he's a 3 power with double strike.
Yep, 3 power with double strike. So I'm going to attack with my flyer and with this guy.
Okay. Well, I think I'm just taking it. So 7?
Yep.
So let's 7.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. I'm out.
That's kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Raw.
I disagree with you.
Okay. All right, let's play this. Oh, he's a 3 with double strike?
Yes.
All right, so he'll do first strike first. Super good.
Think tank, huh?
No, I'm done. I was just reading my cards. I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Ready up?
Yep.
Hilarious. Okay. I'm going to play Temple of the False God. It is a land that taps for 2 colorless if I control 5 or more lands, which my 6th.
Yep.
I will cast this Mirror Battlesphere for 7.
So annoying.
It looks really creepy.
It's cool. It's actually, it's not creepy. What it is mirrors are like a bunch of like little like robots.
Yeah.
They're not really robots, but they look like little robots, and they're it's just an army.
It's just like a ball that has all these eyes on it. It looks really creepy. So when it enters the battlefield, it creates 4 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creatures.
They gave you those.
They did, and 4 of them, thankfully. Okay.
Sweet.
And then let's create a little space here. And whenever this attacks, I can tap X untapped mirror that I control to give this +X+0 until end of turn and deal X damage to the player or planeswalker that it's attacking.
Yep, it's pretty good.
So let's. Question is because these all have haste because of this. So the question is if I want to go wide or pump this thing up.
Yeah. Well, when you pump it deals damage.
Right. But to the player, not to like creep.
Yeah.
So I think I'd prefer to pump it up.
Okay.
So I will attack with these guys and pump these into this guy, which I think right off the bat that's just going to do more damage.
Yeah. All right, so 1, and we're going to get rid of this 10 and add 7.
Yep.
Okay.
This is a nasty deck.
This
is crazy.
This guy's humongous.
Yes, he is.
He's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Plus himself, 8.
He's an 8/5 double striker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
board wipe of some kind.
No, I don't have a board wipe. We're gonna play Dig Through Time.
Sure.
So this card has an ability called Delve, which allows you to exile cards from your discard pile to really, like, essentially give you a colorless mana to pay for the card.
Okay.
This card costs 8.
Yep.
So I'm going to remove 2 counters from here for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And then exile my Brainstorm for 8.
Yep.
And this card is an instant, which will trigger my Metallurgic Summonings.
Yep. Whenever
you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create an XX colorless construct, where X is that spell's mana value. So it'll make me an 8/8.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think there probably is not one for that card. What does
I guess it's just copy. Oh, construct. There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, star. Perfect. Yep. Okay. And so it's an 8/8 actually. Do you have another red die?
Or you could use the
whites. Whites are fine. Give me the other ones. They're easier to see. No, the other white ones.
Oh.
Just the regular white dice. Thank you. All right. So we'll make this an 8/8.
Yep.
All right. So I cast this spell. This goes on the stack. We resolve this, make the 8/8. Then I resolve the Dig Through Time.
Does this also have a thing?
I can't afford to pay for it.
Oh, because it costs mana. Yep. You got it.
All right. So I'm gonna look at the top 7 cards of my library. Put 2 of them in your hand, and the rest on the bottom of my library in any order.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess you could show camera, and I can just
cover
my eyes.
I'm just gonna show them what I'm taking. I mean, sure. Some of the stuff is. Like that. And didn't I have a land that... What did this thing said? Whenever you cast a spell with X, its mana cost. Not cast a spell with it.
Yeah, it was just...
Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this card. And I think I'm going to keep this card. I don't know if that matters. We'll find out.
Okay. Put the rest on your bottom?
Put the rest on the bottom.
Ready.
And now I have an 8/8.
You do.
So I can't kill the double.
You could kill
the
this.
Double Striker's how big?
He's a 8/5.
So yeah, first strike will kill him.
So you could block this giant thing, who's a 4/7, and it still won't die.
Yeah, I'll block the Mirror Battlesphere, and then I'm gonna block the 8/8 Double Striker with my Rutha.
Okay.
Just chump blocker.
Sure.
So I don't take 16.
Yeah, just so we'll still trade here because it's an 8/7.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted you to be aware. Okay. So these will trade, and she will just jump in front of this guy.
Yep.
Got it.
And I took 4 from that, and so we're good.
Yep.
All right. So anything else in your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Which is bad because now you can use him.
Yes. So I can just copy him.
Yeah, seems to be bad.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna draw.
It's odd to me that with this guy, that when he copies stuff, he doesn't exit.
Oh, cool.
He just makes copies. Things they make. They're also artifacts. And then they're sacrificed.
Yeah.
So, but it's odd to me that.
Yeah.
That seems like the fact that you don't exile whatever you copy, because especially if I'm going to be copying this thing, like. Granted, I don't know that. Yeah, because all I have to do is pay the 3 and tap him to make the copy. I don't actually have to pay the cost of the card that I'm copying.
Mm-hmm.
And this has a crazy, like, enter the battlefield effect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just seems nuts.
Yeah. I think I'm doing this right. Yeah. All right. So pay 3 to bring this a new mana rock from the new set.
Sure. Artwork looks cool.
Yeah, mana of any color, then you can tap it to draw a card, or sacrifice it and tap it to draw a card. All right, then I'm going to use... Ooh, I'm short. I can't do that. I can't be short of mana. All right, so we're going to do this instead. We're going to play that Seething Song. That's one of the cards I got. Just
Oh, add a bunch of red.
Add 5 red.
5 red. Okay.
Put that there.
That's cool.
So 5 red.
Yeah.
Plus 2 more is going to get me a Volcanic Vision. And, oh wait, hold on. Things happen first. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, created XX, so I get a construct.
Yeah, that's
a 3/3. And then I will then I was going to use that mana.
Yep, the 5. Yep.
To play this card called Volcanic Vision.
Yep.
Now this one will also create a construct, a 7/7.
Yep. Turn target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic Vision deals damage that card's mana value to each creature your opponents control. That's a board wipe, probably. Because you're probably going to grab the Dream, whatever, the Delve card.
Yeah, that does 8.
Yeah, it'll do 8.
Correct.
Which will board wipe me.
And leave me with some big fatties.
Yeah. So, yep, that's what you needed. Sure. These are all toast, and it's just damage, right? There's no exile effect there.
I have to exile this card, the card I played.
Sure, but I don't.
Return target insert a sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Volcanic deals damage equal to that card's mana cost, mana value to each creature your opponent controls. Exile this card.
All right, you got it.
And then I returned, the Dig Through Time to my hand. And I got some big dudes, but I can't use them, so go ahead.
Not at the moment. Summoning sick. All right, draw. Okay.
This card's really good. Metallurgic Summoning.
For sure. It's very cool.
Just so much value.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, colorless, 5, 6. Play a dragon. Hellkite Tyrant, flying and trample, 6/5. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, gain control of all artifacts that player controls.
Oh, that's so bad.
At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more artifacts, you win the game.
Well, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to deal with that immediately.
Yeah.
All my constructs are artifacts, so you just steal all my big dudes I just made. Oh, no. Okay.
Hilarious. Okay. That's it.
It doesn't have haste, does it?
It does not.
Okay, that's good.
That's why I said go ahead.
Silver lining.
Yeah, silver lining, no haste.
All right, let's draw. We're definitely going to play a land. Oh boy. So now I need an answer to
6/5 flyer.
A 6/5 flyer. And it has trample?
Yes.
Flying trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, gain control at the beginning of your upkeep. Okay. Don't have a great answer to that. That trample is a problem. All right, well, we're going to attack for 7.
In response.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to play Dispatch to tap that guy before.
Oh, declaring your attackers, just tap a dude?
Yep. And I will top the big fatty, so if you want to.
Scars the Mirrored in here. Tap target creature. Metal Clack, control through exile that creature.
I don't. I only have one.
Gosh. Okay.
Only got one.
All right. So it's tapped.
So it's tapped.
All right. Now what do I do? I need a way to deal with that. Wish I had a way to sacrifice my artifacts.
Fair.
I guess. That's a permanent. Even if I kill it, you're going to get my artifacts.
Yes.
So I need an answer now. I've got 7. The odds of me finding an answer. Not good. If I make a flying blocker, I think it's just a 4/4. You'll trample. You'll still hit me for damage. Exile Metallurgic Summonings. Return all instant sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Activate only if you control 6 or more artifacts. Do not control 6 or more artifacts, so that is not an answer. Alright, I guess we're just what we're doing. I guess we're doing nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I guess we're just doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm done.
This guy is nasty.
Big old dragon stealing my artifacts.
Yep.
I don't even want to cast a spell because it's just another artifact for you to steal.
True.
I should have done was attacked with him. Either let you take the damage or block and kill him.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Okay, so we're just gonna attack because there's no reason not to.
I can't block, so I'm taking 6. Which means that you get these.
And it's all artifacts.
Yeah.
So, like your rocks, too.
Yeah, which I'm going to tap them.
Yep.
Just leave a mountain.
I mean, all you need to tap is the artifacts.
Well, I need the mana now.
Oh, so. You're playing something. Okay. I thought you were just like tapping them in response, so I wouldn't have them
tapping
available.
them in response to the response of his trigger on the stack.
Sure.
So it's during combat.
Yep.
All right. So then you're going to get all these.
Yes.
Pretty bad. Just decimate my mana base.
Were you going to play something with this?
Yes, but after that trigger resolves.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want you to get any artifacts I'm going to cast now.
Well, okay. So I guess, how does that, like, wouldn't you lose the mana that you put into your pool
you lose your mana at the end of combat.
Okay, so we're still in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, okay, because there's like you have to both like pass to be able to move to the next phase.
So basically this trigger goes on the stack.
Uh-huh.
With the trigger on the stack, I'm just floating my mana. The mana pool empties at the end of each phase.
Right.
So we haven't changed phases. So
but that's what I'm saying. Mana. Like, so we don't change to the main phase 2 until we both pass. Is that the way that structure works? Because I'm done with attacking.
Right. But this trigger has got to resolve. So this trigger resolves.
I understand.
All right. I still have mana. We have in the phase. So yes, essentially both pass.
We have to both pass to move to main phase 2.
Yes, essentially.
Okay.
So I'm then going to use that mana to cast a Dig Through Time.
Sure.
So this is 5, 6, 7. We have to exile a card.
Do you?
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, you do. You're right.
Oh, and I get a.
You do get an.
That happens before I
choose your cards.
Choose my cards.
Yep.
Or the white tokens. So I need an answer to the dragon. Definitely going to take this card. We're going to take this card for sure. And then what else we're going to take? That part is I kind of just need mana.
Yeah, this is crazy that it takes all your artifacts. I would think it would be like, take one.
No, that's what he does.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Good card.
Yeah. Considering he only costs 6, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Plus the trample trigger, so like need something that's 6 but in the air to be able to not have a trigger.
I'm just gonna take a land. I need to hit my land drops now that I lost my rocks.
2, yeah.
All right. And then, yeah, then it's your second main phase or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to play.
I'm not gonna play anything. Pass.
Okay. Land. Where did that card go? Dig through time. Okay. I think all I can do. So I'm gonna play a Ether Gale. I put it up there before.
Oh, okay.
That was the
so that was the card you took. Okay. And 6 non-land permanent to their owner's hand. Oh, that's fair.
So we're gonna do this.
Yep.
This.
Uh-huh.
The 2 artifact lands.
Is it their controller's turn?
No, it says return 6 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands.
Okay.
I own those cards.
Yep.
They go to my hand.
Yep. That's why I wasn't sure if it was controller or owner.
So that was 5.
That was 5.
And it says non-land, so...
Is it up to, or is it exactly?
Exactly 6.
So then I guess this.
Or I could just
or your
bounce this
enchantment.
thing.
Yep.
And I'll attack for 8.
Yep. Got it.
And discard a card. You're up.
Right. Draw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're just gonna replay this.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate part.
2, 4, 6. Done.
Alright, I'll attack for 8 again.
Mm-hmm.
Play land. We're gonna play Elder Dinosaur.
Right.
Actually, we won't. We don't have the red mana to do it. Double red.
Oh. Gotta play your rock again.
Right, which you're gonna steal. So instead, we're just gonna play... I'm gonna play this guy. Wildfire Devils.
Battlefield at the beginning of your upkeep, choose a player at random. That player exiles an instant. Copy that spell. Copy that card. You make copies of that. Sure.
Then I'm done.
All right. Draw. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna do that.
Yep. So it's another 6.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Control of this dude.
Yep.
And play a land. and be done. Like,
right,
no reason for me to play stuff.
Odds or evens?
Evens.
Odd.
One from yours.
Yep, it says I could cast a spell without paying its mana cost.
Is it at the beginning of the turn or at the end of the turn?
It says at the beginning of your upkeep.
Ah, okay.
So I'm going to cast this Aether Gale.
Sure.
And
return stuff.
I have to return 6
non-land permanents.
Oh, I can't cast at me because there isn't 6 targets? That might be possible. 6 non-returns. It doesn't say up to, it says return 6. I might not be able to do that. But I have to choose a different card, which I guess is just going to be this dig through time to look for 7 cards. This time it's going to get exiled.
You really think you wouldn't be able to do, you wouldn't just do all eligible targets? Like, you think it has to be 6?
That's not how Magic works. In order for you to play a spell, if there's a target, you have to have a target to play the spell. So if there isn't 6 targets, I don't think you can play.
I would think it would just be all eligible targets if it wasn't.
Yeah, maybe you could target the same thing multiple times. You might be able to do that.
I would
return 6 target.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could target the same things.
Yeah.
It doesn't say return 6 different targets.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
I mean, I would think that.
So I'm just gonna target these 3 times.
Yeah.
This is gonna get removed. Game.
Yep. I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
It could be, but.
All right, and then I'm gonna draw.
We need
that was my upkeep.
911 MTG judge Zim on the phone, but.
For sure. All right, so then I'm gonna play one of these mana rocks that's clogging up my hand, and then I'll attack for 4.
Sure.
And I'm done. I think that's right. It doesn't say different targets.
Yeah.
Return 6 target non-land permanent. So I think you could target the same thing.
I would think so, times. Especially because they didn't say different.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's not get cute. Gonna play the dragon. No reason.
I'm gonna counterspell that.
Okay.
So there's a new card. This is a counter target spell. And then I can cast a spell from my hand with equal mana cost, I believe.
Yeah, counter target spell. You may cast a spell with an equal or lesser mana value from your hand without. Cool. That artwork looks cool.
So I'm gonna play this because I can't. I'm gonna play this. This dinosaur.
Yeah.
Cost
cool.
6.
Tax. Exile the top card of each player's library, then cast any number of spells from cards without paying. Nice. Cool. So this is discarded.
Mm-hmm.
Countered. All right, then let's tap 2 white. And play Darksteel Mutation. Enchanted creature is an insect artifact creature with base power and toughness 0/1. It is indestructible, loses all abilities.
Okay. So you're just nerfing my dinosaur.
Yep.
All right.
It is a 0/1 bug.
Yep. Okay. Not a problem.
I'm out.
All right. I was under pressure for so much of this game.
Yep. I was waiting for you to have a counter to stuff, so it was like...
It's a 4 mana counter spell.
Yeah.
So, like, trying to bounce it and counter a spell at the same turn was next to...
Fair.
This is the card that saved me. If that play is legit. That play might not be legit.
I mean, yeah, who knows?
All right, so we're just going to try to get some mana back on the table.
Sure. Fine.
And then let's cast this commander.
Sure.
And then, actually, no. Attack for 4.
Yep.
Done. So we paid 2 for this.
Draw.
And we paid 3 Play this, and then this 4 for that. Okay. Here, because it's irrelevant.
At the moment, yes. Okay. Let's tap this to play a Soul Ring.
Nice.
Old goodie. Then I think just pass.
Okay.
Once.
Oh yeah, one time. All right, so ready this guy. Oh, I forgot. We could. This guy does it every turn.
Oh, does his thing at every turn.
We forgot. I forgot it last turn.
Yeah.
So say la vie. All right. Odd or even?
Odds. Okay.
3.
So
no, it says that player exiles an instant or sorcery card from their graveyard. Copy that card. You may cast the copy without. So you exile an instant or sorcery card, and then I can copy it. Play it. So I don't get to choose the card that you exile.
Well, there's only one.
All right, so it's exiled, which is going to do nothing.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Then draw. Okay. So here's one of these new dual lands that tap to scry.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mana for scry, but...
Yeah, but, it can be just a mana sink later in the game, not needing to do anything.
Yep. It comes into the play tapped. Okay. And then... what do I want to play now? I guess I'm just attacking for 4.
Okay, so in response to going to combat.
Yep.
Tap white, be colorless, and +2 colorless to play Route at flash speed. Destroy all creatures that can't be rejected.
All creatures, okay.
However, your 0/1 dinosaur insect remains because it isn't.
Yes. All right, so this guy's going to die. And my commander is going to go to the command zone.
Yep.
All right. And since that's the case, I think we're going to use to replay my metallurgic summonings. That costs 5, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm going to play Tolrand, the Sky Summoner.
We created 2 break.
And I'm done.
Right. Ready up. Draw. Okay, so let's one, 2, 3, 4 to do dust to dust. Okay. So we'll exile this thing.
Yep.
And because I'm playing it during my main phase, I can exile something else. Mm-hmm. So let's maybe just...
hit one of my stones.
Yeah, let's do your filter one.
The Signet one? All right, so this one gives me a red or a blue filter. These just tap for any color.
Oh, they tap for any color? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, then it's... Okay.
This one I could sacrifice to draw cards.
Yeah, I guess that one is fine.
All right. That's exiled.
Okay. Then we will play... one, Or Layla, the Blade Reforged. She's a 2/2 with haste, and when she attacks, I can exile a top card of the deck and play that card this turn. Whenever I exile one or more card from my library or graveyard, she gets a +1/+1 counter. I will attack with her. Got haste. So when she attacks, I exile the top card of my library. This. And I may play that card this turn, and whenever you exile one or more cards from your library and your graveyard, you get a +1/+1 counter. So I guess, does she get the counter right away? When she's attacking.
Haste. When Leah, the Blade Reforged attacks, exile the top card of your library, and you may play that card this turn. Okay. Whenever you exile one or more cards from your library and or graveyard, put a plus. Yeah.
So she gets the +1 now.
Right away.
Right away. So she's a 3/3.
She's a 3/3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. I guess I'm taking 3.
Okay. And then I will cast her.
Yep.
So when she enters the battlefield, create a Thopter. And she has pay target artifact creature gets +1/+0, or sacrifice an artifact target creature block this turn. Okay.
Okay.
I'm out.
All right.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna play this card. Costs 7. 6. 7.
Artwork looks awesome. Elemental Masterpiece. Create 2/4/4 blue and red elemental creatures. And you can discard this card to create.
Which is going to it's going to trigger my Talran, the Sky Summoner.
Yep.
Because I casted an instant sorcery, which will make a Drake as well.
Yep. All true.
I got it. All right, and then I am done.
Okay. Untap. Draw. Okay. Let's play this land. Perhaps as a colorless, or you can dump 2 colorless and a red and a white into it to have target creature gain double strike.
Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I think we're just gonna start. I think we still do this. So she's gonna attack. I have to exile the tap card.
Okay.
Sad face. It's just able to play it this turn, so it's just gonna stay in my exile because I already played a land.
But she gets a counter.
But she gets a counter.
Which makes her 4/4/4.
Yeah, she is a 4/4.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Guess we're gonna double block.
That makes sense. So we are just still gonna give her the double strike.
All right. So the The first strike damage will happen, which will kill my 4/4.
Correct.
And the double strike, and we'll trade.
Correct.
Okay.
But I was willing to make that trade.
Mm-hmm.
And how many cards do you have in your hand? Just 2?
Just 2.
Guess we can still... This guy? Low Shield, Clockwork Scholar, and he's a 2/4 who prevents all combat damage that would be dealt to attacking artifact. When artifact creatures enter the battlefield under his control, I can draw a card, but I can turn. Oh, I made a mistake. What I should have done before that combat damage, I should have used her ability to pay a colorless and sacrifice an artifact to make target creature not be able to block.
Oh, yeah.
So I could have said one of your tokens can't block. But on the other hand, trading this for 2 4/4s that I can't deal with might not be the worst plan either. So who's to say? But that was a play.
Our judge team got back to us. You can't cast that spell without 6 different targets. So the whole game is pretty much moot.
Well,
because I would be dead. So we're just playing for fun, though. But it's
good
to know.
Good to know. Always helpful to have MTG judges in your pocket.
Yeah. I don't really play a lot of competitive Magic anymore, so
and it made sense nuances. The way that we were interpreting it, that you could target the same thing more than once.
That's what I was thinking. At first, I was thinking you couldn't even play it, but then it says return 6 target. It didn't say different, so I assumed that you could maybe target the same thing twice.
That's okay. Still keep playing.
No big deal. It's gone now, so cycle.
Sure.
Draw. And
tap.
Yeah. I can do. Prevent all combat damage to be dealt to attacking artifact creatures you control.
When I play an artifact, I draw a card.
Wow. Okay.
Artifact creature, I draw a card.
And then I draw for turn.
Yeah, so I guess that would have been the better play to make you so you couldn't block, because then the next turn I could have attacked and she would have been a 5/5 and she would have been better than your 2 guys. That probably was the play.
Yeah, for sure.
That's okay. Caught it. Learn from mistakes. It's the most important part.
I guess I'm casting my commander.
Sure. Gotta do more.
Yep. Then we're gonna cast this guy.
Sure.
The 2/1.
Draw 2, target opponent gains control of this guy.
And then guess that's all I got. On.
Draw. Let's start with Secret Rendezvous. So it's white, and colorless. Each 2 players draw 3 cards. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. So you and I are drawing.
Okay.
That wasn't super cool. Glad I got these off the top of my deck. Let's play Darksteel Citadel. It's just an indestructible land that taps for colorless.
It counts as
an artifact. Then you could still block, it's just... Or you won't deal me.
What?
That if I attack with him and you block, you won't deal your combat damage to me, but I'll deal mine. So we'll just bounce off each other awkwardly.
Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to an attacking artifact creature control. Whenever one or more artifact creatures in the battlefield on your draw. This is a card.
We're gonna tap 3 colorless to play a Boros Lock.
Okay.
Then yes. Let's attack for 1 in the air.
I'll block.
Okay. So I will pay red and that to give it +1/+0 until end of turn.
Okay.
And suppose I will... No, I'm good.
Okay. I'm just gonna exhaust this to put a counter on it. This deck is incredibly mana hungry.
Yeah.
Play Temple of the False God as well. Blue, red. We're going to play Express Iteration. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Put one on the bottom of your library and exile one of them. You may play the exiled card this turn. So this is a sorcery. So I'm going to play it. We're going to trigger Talrond
to
make a Drake.
Yep.
Trigger this guy whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, so you may scry 1. I'm going to scry this one to the bottom. And it doesn't have a cost of 5 or more, so it does nothing else.
Yep.
So go to my discard pile. I'll look at the top 3. I can put one of them into my hand. And then put one of them on the bottom of my library and exile one of them. I may play the exiled card. Interesting. So we're going to put this card on the bottom. We're going to... I don't actually have to show you. We're going to exile this card.
Sure.
And then we're going to put this one on top.
Sure.
I think.
So a dual land bottom. Exiling.
So yeah, I just put a land on the bottom.
Yep.
I'm exiling this card, which means I'll be able to cast it.
Okay.
Based on this card, it says. Oh, I can play it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm exiling it. So I can. Okay. I have the ability.
And then that's on top.
And that's on top of my deck. Yeah. So I'm just reading to decide if I want to play this card.
Do you have to play it this turn?
Basically, yeah.
Sure.
It says this turn. You may play the exile card this turn. It says whenever you cast a spell from your hand, reveal the top X cards of your library where X is that spell's mana value. You may cast a spell with mana value X or less from among cards revealed this way without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I don't know if that's... Whenever you cast a spell from your hand, reveal the top X cards of your library where X is that spell's mana value. You may cast a spell with mana value X or less from among cards revealed this way without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Don't know how that helps me. So if I cast this now, it's gonna basically be my whole turn. Won't do anything. I think we're just gonna do something else.
Okay.
Alright, so here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna cast Fiery Fall.
Okay.
Deals 5 damage to target creature.
Alright.
So we're gonna deal 5 damage to probably this guy.
Sure.
And then it's Magecraft allows me to scry. So this card wasn't very. It's gonna scry to the bottom.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna get a Drake. Oh, also because this spell costs 5 or greater, create a 4/4 blue and red elemental.
Yep. You got it.
Elementals, some Drakes.
Yep.
Okay, and then
Angry.
yeah, I played a land, so yeah, I guess I'm gone. Good attack, but still low. I guess I'll just be done.
What's up? Let's just Temple of the False Gods to play Ichor Wellspring, which lets me draw a card.
Yeah.
And it's an artifact.
And then if you sacrifice it, you draw a card, right?
No, if it goes into the graveyard, I draw a card.
The same thing.
But I don't have a way of sacrificing it.
Yeah, not right now. No.
All right, let's. I think we want to stack my locket to draw. Need all colored sources. But
what does it cost? 5?
4. 4.
Draw 2.
Draw 2. Cool. So if we do 1, 2, yeah, take a damage, play Extract History, return 1 target artifact, enchantment, instant, sorcery, blocker from my graveyard.
What? Holy cow, what?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't take creatures, but
Return up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target enchantment card, instant card, sorcery card, up to 1 target planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand, and then exile this card. Wow.
Yeah, so I could take one of my artifact creatures. Let's say artifacts.
Yep.
Right? So I'll take Route.
Yep.
Return to Dust. And probably that Mirror Battlesphere.
Sure.
My artifact.
Did you get an enchantment, or you don't have one?
I don't have one. Check. Yeah, I do not have any enchantments.
Okay.
So these all go back to my hand.
Yep.
And then this gets exiled. So that's why you did that. That makes sense. Okay. And then I've only got 2 colorless left. So did I play a land this turn? I don't think I did, actually.
I don't think so. I don't
remember if I did either, so
yeah,
I won't.
go for it. I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. Play planes. Mm-hmm. We will tap 2 colorless to play Mind Stone.
Nice.
And honestly, just blow it up to draw a card. Right now, and I'm kind of needing cards. Although I just got a bunch back. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to tap this and put a counter on here. Draw. The command tower. Guess we'll attack for 4.
I will just jump.
Okay. And then we're going to play an Inferno Project.
Okay. Enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counters, where X is the total mana value of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Holy. This probably going to be a lot.
Costs 7, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. It's not as big as you would think.
It's converted mana cost of spells and sorcery.
No, Inferno gets +1. Enter the battle with X+1, where X is the total mana value of instant. Oh, mana value of instant.
Wow. That's why I said it's gonna be nuts.
Holy cow, mana! I thought it was just +1/+1 for each instant sorcery.
No, it's converted mana value. Okay. So that's angry.
So 6, 8, 13, 20, 24, 32.
Doesn't have haste, does it?
No, it's just 35, 35 trample.
Fair enough.
Wow. Okay. That card's a little better
little
than
bananas.
All right.
So it's 32?
35.
35.
35, 35.
Okay. Yeah.
3.
I guess do 3 and 5, and it is, that's like,
35.
It's not 8, it's 35.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric, give me a red die. We'll use 2 different colors or something. 35,
sure.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
Done?
Yeah. Just played a 35, 35.
Seems
Enters the battlefield with X+1/+1 counter.
And it's trample.
X is the total mana value of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just start with Route.
Okay.
Yes.
What does that do? I don't even remember.
Destroy all creatures.
Oh, okay. Actually, I shouldn't have played that.
Yeah. Destroy all creatures.
All right.
That was the sorcery card I got back.
I didn't remember what it did.
Yeah.
I really wasn't focused on it.
Yeah, totally fair.
Not a big deal.
And then let's play.
It was fun to cast at 35, 35.
I mean, for sure.
Actually, you know, in response to you doing that,
yep. I wasn't sure if you had a counter.
I'm going to tap this thing to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you'll gain control of it, but you've just destroyed it. So.
Yep. Makes sense. I wasn't sure if you had a counter, because if you had counter, then I was just toast anyway.
I did have a counter.
All right, then let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
I guess I can also see if I had a counter with this, but I don't think so. I'm gonna do this as well. This is what I drew off that guy. I draw a card and scry 2.
Sure.
Nope. All right, then I'm scrying. Yep.
All right. So we're gonna play that Mirror Battlesphere guy back again. So he comes into play, makes 4 mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have haste this time around. And play a plains. And I'm done.
Okay. Let's put a counter on this. Draw. Mountain. So this guy would cost me
8.
8. So I would need a blue and a red.
Yep, and then 6 colorless.
All right, so here's 2, here's 3, so 5, and then 4. All right, so there's that guy. And then do I have 3? Well, we're going to play this.
Sure. Yeah, fired. Beginning of combat, on your turn, create X tokens that are copies of another creature you control where X 1 plus the you cast. Okay.
Doesn't do anything because they're both legendary, so it can't even make any copies.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. So go ahead.
Tap.
Mm-hmm.
Draw.
I totally forgot that route was a Wrath of God.
Yeah. All right, so we're just going to go to attacking step.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to tap these into this guy, so deal you 4. And then attack for...
And attack for 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to have to chump block, so I guess we'll just chump block with this guy.
Yep. And... I think I'm just done.
Okay. Draw. Land. Let's see what happens here. Red. 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 I need 7 other men.
You do always still have this guy to block for you.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a mistake. Could I have copied this guy? Guess I could have copied that guy.
Did you?
Oh, he's legendary as well. Never mind.
Oh, fair enough.
That's why I couldn't do it.
All the legendary
all right,
things.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to play this card. Sorcery for 10 mana.
Okay.
You exile the top 7 cards of your library. Until end of turn, you may cast spells from among them. If this spell was cast from your hand, which it was, I add 10 mana of any one color to my mana pool.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll add 10 red.
Okay.
So this is going to trigger her, though.
Right.
So
you still scry 1 first off.
First, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, copy scry 1.
Yeah.
So I scry 1. The land, we don't want that.
Yep.
Then
you're dealing me 10 damage.
Yeah, it says if that spell's mana value is 10 or greater. Well, if that spell's mana value is 5 or greater, create a 4/4.
Oh, so you do all of them.
They do all of them.
Yeah.
So I'll get a 4/4.
Yeah.
Then it says if it's 10 or greater, deal 10 damage to an opponent chosen at random. So you just take
is just me.
10.
So I guess I'm gonna pay a red and cycle in response.
Sure.
That's not gonna help me. So yeah, I take 10.
Yeah.
And then you still have 10 mana available in your pool.
And I get to look at the top 7 cards of my library and I
play them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. That was cool.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to play this card for 5 mana.
Okay.
It says discard a card, then draw a card. When you
discard a non-land card this way, fiery focus, it deals damage equal to that card's mana value. Okay, so if you can discard something for 5, I'm dead.
Crazy.
Yeah, you got it.
Although I shouldn't have had it because of the misplay on that one card.
Yeah, but that's okay.
We didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know. It made sense at the time. Now we know. But I mean, that was pretty swingy.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Casting a 10-mana spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, this deck was just...
So, out of curiosity, does that count as her dealing the 10 damage randomly? So that's 10 commander damage as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So technically, you also dealt me...
10 commander.
Yeah, the 10 commander.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Glad I got to use her abilities.
Yeah.
You never cast your commander.
It didn't really... it never really made sense.
Sacrifice an artifact or creature. Exile an artifact card with... I guess you didn't have any awesome artifacts to...
Yeah, I mean, other than this...
You could have made a million mirror battle spheres. That would have been cool. Exile an artifact card with a mana cost X from your graveyard. Create 2 tokens that are copy of the exile card.
Yeah, but I'd have to exile it, though. And I had multiple ways of, recovering artifacts from my discard pile. So, I didn't really want to exile it because it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, paying 1, sacrifice an artifact, something gets +2/+0. That was meh to me as well. And yeah, I mean, exiling to get copies of stuff seems cool, but it never really felt super important for me to cast it.
Sure.
So I didn't.
No,
it felt better to play other things.
It was a fun game. It was a very fun game.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
It was an interesting deck. This isn't normally the kind of deck that I would play.
Yeah, this is obviously not the type of deck I would play. So I know I made a million mistakes.
Yeah.
So
I did too. I think I caught them as I was making them, where I was seeing effects on cards that I should have triggered in a different way or in a different order or what have you. But Regardless, it was fun. It was cool to see how this deck works. It's a different style of deck for sure. I like that it's a little anthem-y with artifacts, but it just still has cool stuff. Cards. Yeah, the Spot Glass Commanders are cool. I think that's a nice new addition.
Yeah, I hope they do this going forward for every Commander product. This is a super cool.
Yeah.
These plastic Commander cards.
Looks very nice.
And there's literally almost no difference. There's not much difference.
Yeah, the foiling looks a little different, but
almost looks
these
better,
are still
though.
foily. Yeah,
it almost looks better.
Yeah, I agree because it's not quite so shiny, so it's a little easier to see. You don't catch so much shine.
Yeah, these are cool.
So they look very nice. I'm excited about them. Well, that was fun. Make sure you guys, if you're enjoying this content, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can see when we're playing some of the other Commander decks as well as some of the pre-release packs. So lots of good stuff with Strixhaven.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep doing it. So, and if you comments, if you point out any mistakes, I'd love to read them in the comments.
Yeah, it always happens when you're playing with cards that you've never seen before. You're bound to make some play errors, but
yeah, and yeah, exactly. New cards, new mechanics, and just not playing a lot of modern Magic these days.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching the video, and we hope to see you guys soon.